Hello everyone and welcome to Conversations with Azu, the Vitality and More podcast. I'm truly excited and happy to be talking with you all. My name is Azu Dogan and I am your host today. Some of you may already know me from my Instagram or Facebook pages Vitality and More, or as the author of Follow Your Heart, Live It Be. This podcast is about connecting real conversations around wholeness and wellness. I share my wisdom around topics that will inspire you to make an inward journey, be curious, follow your heart to purposeful living, and find abundance within. Just a quick mention before we begin, as always, this podcast does not in any way offer medical or professional health advice, as I am not trained in either of these areas. What this podcast does do, however, is offer a platform where we can have a conversation to help guide us on our journey to becoming more whole, living a life of abundance, health and happiness. After publishing my first book, Follow Your Heart, in late 2021, I have been wanting to share many conversations with you all. Conversations about what I have learned in my healing journey and what it means to live, eat, be and follow your heart. I'm wanting to expand the whole essence of what Vitality and More is all about and create healthy, practical and authentic conversations here so that you too can find your why and be more aligned with life. So if I haven't already said it, thanks for joining the conversation today. I'm really happy to be here. Let's get started with this week's episode on the topic of public speaking authentically, episode 8. Let's dive into this conversation of public speaking and doing it authentically. Are you a public speaker? Have you been involved in public speaking before? How have you done this and communicated with your audience with authenticity? Or are you afraid of public speaking? Remember, fear is not your friend, love is. Well, I had the privilege of delivering the message of my book at the Mind, Body, Spirit Festival last weekend, an event that is hosted each year where energetic healers, authors, yogi masters, mediums, and more present their work and their voices. It was an amazing experience and opportunity for me, and one that I will hold dearly to my heart as it was my very first real public speaking event. I have spoken before on Instagram Reels, videos, this podcast, and YouTube. However, this was different. The audience could see me. They could feel my emotions, my vulnerability, my essence, my truth of the message I was delivering. I was not hiding behind a smartphone screen or computer. I was being unapologetically me, real and authentic, sharing my story of how I wrote the book and how healing my heart was the key to my newfound purpose. I was admittedly nervous at first. I had written down my notes of what I wanted to deliver, practiced it beforehand several times, but somehow when it came to the time to speak and present live, I digressed a little, but in a good way, and just went with the flow of my message. It was unscripted and as authentic as can be because it was my story. You see, I came to realize that there was no better way to deliver my message than to be me, to be raw, to be real, to make a mistake because, I'm not perfect, and to remove that inner voice that kept on trying to tell me I had to be perfect and scripted to engage with the audience. When I first spoke and heard my voice coming out of the microphone, I thought, this is it. I can do this. This is my voice. This is my time. These people are sitting here because they want to hear what I have to say. I didn't beg them or invite them. They chose to sit and be in my presence and listen. As I spoke, the nerves released and I just kept talking. I made eye contact with my audience and it felt like I was aligned with so many people. There were people with tears in their eyes. They were really tuned in, engaged, switched on, nodding. This was a sign that I was being authentic. There was nothing fake or made up about it, friends. I was there to deliver a message with my heart and soul. The more I spoke, the better the words flowed, and the more whole, aligned, energized, and elevated I felt. It was quite a profound feeling, as though I was being heard for the very first time. So why am I sharing this as a conversation, you might be thinking? Because I want to invite you, if you're thinking about public speaking, to just be yourself. Just flow with your heart, your words, your work. It's your story, and no one can take that away from you. Be grounded. Speak with ease and let your mind, body, and heart, your spirit, do the work for you. When we are centered, we can communicate with love. We can communicate with compassion and feel fully alive. Speaking with authenticity without all the BS is truly liberating. It's feeling into who you are as you embody the best version of yourself. All too often, we are painted a picture of how a public speaker ought to carry themselves, how they ought to behave. But hey, I don't think this picture is a one-size-fits-all kind of scenario. The more accepting we are of ourselves and our life and who we are in our core, the more we can deliver that with full authenticity to our audience. Last week's episode was about being grounded. I spoke about how being grounded is the feeling of balance and direction. So, when you're grounded, you know who you are. You are accepting of all that you are, and then this shines through in your message. I felt extremely grounded and present when I spoke, and I felt this connection to everyone sitting with me. I reassured myself that no matter what happened, if there was an audience or not, that I would continue to deliver what I was there to deliver in the hope of inspiring others to do the same, in the hope of showing others that they too could heal and turn their pain or their experience into teaching others to do the same. When we are authentic, true, and real, then this shines through in the delivery of what we are sharing. When you can connect to your heart and speak your truth, you are grounded. You are loving yourself more and loving of others too. My self-discovery journey continues to teach me to nurture myself more, to make decisions from a place of love and less from my mind. The more authentic I am, the happier and generally healthier I become. Sharing your message authentically is not hard. The only difficulty you will have is getting truthful with yourself, understanding how to tap into your emotions and feelings, and then expressing or communicating them in a way that is being of service to others. So be so authentic that others will want to be authentic. Be so real and compassionate that others will want to be real and compassionate. Be so loving and kind that others will want to be loving and kind. Deliver your message in such a way that it is being heard fully, emotionally, energetically, and not just at the mind level. Tap into your audience's hearts. Open your heart so that they can act upon your words. Be so engaging that they will remember you. Be so real that they will talk about you. Isn't that what it's all about? Isn't that what we are all here to do? To raise the vibration of one another, to uplift one another, to teach one another, to be of service to one another, to engage, to hold, to support one another. Remember to stay calm, to tune into your heart center and share that. The more we love ourselves through public speaking and sharing our message, the more we can respect ourselves and the more we can navigate the foundations for a happy, healthy, abundant, and fulfilling life. I invite you to pause now and close your eyes for a moment. See yourself, your beautiful, real, true self as you are. See yourself as the beacon of light, the teacher, the speaker, the influencer. And ask yourself this question: am I being authentic with my delivery? Do I feel present in my body? Am I calm? Am I in touch with my emotions? How can I deliver my message as authentically as possible? Keep feeling into that emotion that you can be and you are authentic. Your voice matters. You are enough. And everyone wants to hear what you have to say. Don't be afraid to use that voice. Don't be afraid to shine your light. Just because someone has presented a certain way, it doesn't mean you have to follow. Just keep visualizing who you are in truth, deep in your heart, and how you want that to flow in the work that you do, the message that you share with others, with the world, with your loved ones. Now, please open your eyes and let those positive thoughts and visions and emotions integrate. Understand that authenticity will set you free. That's right. Authenticity will set you free. Authenticity will clear the void and inner critic. Authenticity will break you open. When we are being fully present with life and with ourselves through authenticity, we are aligned, our message is heard, our message is anchored. Be authentic, my friends, and share your message by taking small daily steps to live and breathe by your values and not those of others. It's about speaking with integrity and honesty, even if it feels difficult. Some of the strategies that I use to stay authentic and on my path and develop my authenticity further is to define and embrace who I am, what my strengths are, what my story is, and where I am going. Another strategy I use is to acknowledge where I am and to be fully accepting of it, not needing the external validation. The moment you begin to deviate from this, the moment you start to compare yourself to others or search for validation or answers outside of you, is the moment that you begin to lose your authenticity. Don't be afraid to stand up and speak your truth to an audience. Don't be afraid to stand out and be different. And don't be afraid to grow and expand. The more you lean into your true self, the more it shines on the outside. Remember that you are not for everyone, and that is okay too. Your message may not resonate to the whole audience that is listening at any given time, but that does not matter. The thing that matters most is how authentic you were, how truthful you were, how you were not afraid to be vulnerable, how you were not afraid to speak from your heart and soul. This is what you want to be remembered by. This is the impression that I always want to have on others and on my listeners, to teach them to tap into their own truths, to explore more, and to feel more grounded with themselves. This is very grounding to me, to be authentic, to stand in my truth, and lean into love, lean into being me, and to focus my attention on what continues to make me happy, wholesome, and thrive. So, how are you going to stay authentic? How are you going to do your next public speaking? Is it by wearing a mask? Not physically, but metaphorically. Are you going to pretend to be someone that you are not? And why should you? The ego self does this to us. It thinks it's protecting us, but sadly, it is not. The more truthful and aware you become and drop the ego, the more you begin to shift away from the mask and move into authentic self. Sometimes, when we are feeling like we don't know how to be authentic and are out of balance, we need the help of someone external, perhaps a mentor or life coach, or we may attend a health retreat or workshop to find ourselves again. Again, whatever you choose, continue to do the work. Continue to elevate and expand so you can always return to your authentic self, so you can grow and heal, because life is a journey for growth and healing to find our truths. I invite you to stay authentic and don't fear judgment or external noise. Explore what is getting in the way of you practicing authenticity in your work, in your speaking, in your day-to-day, and get out of your own way. You see, the moment you begin to open your heart and lean into love and the core of who you are and fully stand in your authenticity is the moment that you learn that the more limited your thoughts and feelings are and how they have been keeping you stuck and off track from staying authentic. The more you heal and grow, the more grounded and authentic you become. Life is about growth, lessons, love, healing, and releasing the negative thoughts, fears, limiting beliefs, self-judgment, and past traumas. Are you being authentic? And if you're not, where are you stuck? Where are you allowing an opening for expansion? If you continue to do the inner work and stay committed to your truth, your life will flow more. You will feel less resistance and stay authentic in all that you do. When we are in full acceptance of who we are and we have the courage to put ourselves out there as we are being authentic. We radiate and vibrate loving energy. Authenticity allows us to flow with joy, health, and well-being as we follow our path of self-awareness. Life ought to be about freedom and happiness. It's about the freedom to be you, to be all of you, to be a limitless being and stay grounded and authentic in all that you do, not only public speaking. Be truthful and connect to your needs, your emotions, and your desires. Find where you are not free, where you need to do the work. When we are being authentic, we are clear, we are open, our vision is strong, and we are more flowing. Life flows for us because we are honoring who we are. It's when we are not honoring our authenticity that we become stuck, that life doesn't flow so much, and well, we don't trust ourselves and are continually trying to suppress our emotions, our intuition, and what's in our highest good. Be free and loving to be authentic when you speak. Be free and loving to express how you feel. And be free and loving to love yourself through it all, even if you are not being supported. Stand in your truth because it's your truth. Sometimes we may feel so stuck and unable to be authentic due to the limiting beliefs we may be carrying, and we may need some guidance. If you feel like you are unable to be authentic and live with confidence and presence, then we think that our new intuitive life coaching program can help guide you and help release whatever blockages may be in the way of allowing you to shine your authenticity and light. Sometimes we know what we need to do or practice to deliver our message authentically, but we find it so difficult no matter how hard we try. This is because we hold limiting belief systems or carry too much negative thoughts that have been stored and tucked away in our subconscious minds. Like I've mentioned in previous episodes, if you don't do the work on yourself, then this can be damaging to your health and well-being in the long run. Over time, the more disconnected you feel, the less authentic you are, and this becomes exhausting and can be debilitating to your health. Focus on your growth and your feelings and your expansion to be fuller and more authentic. Be willing and curious to stay open, grow, heal, and lean into what being authentic means and feels like for you. Remember that when you can effortlessly and fully align with life, then you can become more self-aware and embrace who you fully are. As I've said before, be the change, be the example, and show others how to do it. Be free to be you, authentically, fully, wholly you. Step into your trueness and let that radiate out into the world. Be confident, be honest, and follow your heart to authenticity. It's so freeing, it's so loving. The more you embody who you fully are, the more you can accept and fully appreciate your greatness. Have the courage to show others how to do it. Let's conclude today with the knowing that you can be, do, have anything in life when you are being authentic, and especially when you are sharing this authenticity with others through public speaking. Balance is everything. Learn and unlearn who you are and what you stand for. Learn and unlearn what authenticity means to you. Be that. Breathe that and teach others how to tap into their authentic self too. Every step you take emotionally and energetically through authenticity will improve your health, your mental well-being, your social connectedness, and above all, your love for yourself. Stay authentic, stay abundant, stay true to you. Minimize the pushing, the forcing, and the limiting beliefs that keep telling you that you are not authentic and you need to be something else in order that people pay attention to you or even listen to you. I urge you to move into presence, move into inner peace, move into flow, move into love, move into feeling how connected you can be when you are authentic and grounded in yourself and you are more trusting of your own wisdom. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on public speaking and authenticity. When was the last time you watched someone speak live? Were they being authentic? Were they not? Do you practice authenticity in your own work or public speaking? Are you challenged by it? Do you need some help with fine-tuning or learning how you can tap into this feeling of being fully present and staying in your authenticity in your body? Stay happy, stay healthy and whole, but most of all, speak your truth. Be fully you, be authentic, because that's how you'll be remembered. Now, please leave me a comment, rate or review this show, and let's keep this conversation growing. And if you love what you heard today, please subscribe or share with your family and friends. And again, let the conversation expand. I would love to have you here and continue to join me on this journey to wholeness, happiness, and well-being. Thank you for tuning in today, for trusting me. I'm grateful knowing that you are listening, but that you are also doing the work for your well-being and wholeness. Let us live, eat, be for a life full of vitality and more. I really look forward to seeing where it will continue to land. And if you are interested in exploring our intuitive life and business coaching services, please do get in touch and we can set up a free discovery call to see where you can expand to, or visit my website www.vitalityandmore.net for more details. Namaste, beautiful friends, sending love, blessings and vitality and more your way. Until next time, may your authenticity continue to expand.